$75,000 POSL Visa credit cards and home improvement discounts. Terms apply. Act now. OSL. Your share of the bill? Done. Music subscription? Renewed.
Hey, happy birthday.
Someone's birthday? Take care of it. Your life is online and so is your bank. With CIBC First Caribbean, there are many ways to send money. You can use FirstPay to transfer money to other CIBC First Caribbean clients instantly, like when you're splitting the dinner bill. And FirstSend lets you transfer funds internationally. You can even set up recurring payments with our mobile app to pay subscriptions, rent, and bills. Choose the best in digital banking so you can live your best life.
Best digital banking based on digital products and services offered regionally.
Attention all guards. There is a riot. I repeat, there is Steal all units. I repeat, there is a riot.
We're saying good afternoon, guys. We're starting a little before the time. That's cool. That's okay. Welcome to Youth Unplugged, right here on Radio Caribbean International 101.1. We are online, rcniclucia.com. And for this program in particular, we are also on our Facebook platform. Oh, yes, you get to see us in studio. We say again, thank you to our sponsors, Bank of St. Lucia. Oh, yes, all the bank you need. Oh, yes, and like I said, every week I try to bring on a guest. You know, it's Youth Unplugged. Somebody is doing something inspirational, something movers and shakers, and I'm trying, like I said, to get persons in different fields as much as possible. We say good day to Kyvon Edwin.
Hello, good day.
How are you doing today, Kyvon?
Doing blessed. Really honored to be here on the program today.
All right. Sorry, we had a little glitch with the. Yeah, I told you already. Once you're dealing with technology, expect something can happen whilst you're on. So you're saying?
I'm doing blessed, man. I'm doing blessed, and I feel really good to be on the program today.
Well, we know that you haven't been here.
Yeah.
I was saying, Lucia.
Rejuvenated.
Wait, rejuvenated. This time,
Yeah,
despite
man.
that heat that going on.
The heat going on, and you just have to go by a river and take a little lime, you know?
Have you done that?
I have done that.
Oh, okay, I'm jealous now.
Yeah, man.
I'm jealous. You actually went by the river.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna start off Kyvon has sent through his bio with us. We usually start with a little bio, giving you a little perspective of what Kyvon is up to. Kyvon is a creative, like myself. I like these things. Now, a little joke and an outside joke. So I know Kyvon, I've known Kyvon for when he was younger. Now I really put in perspective when he was called his nickname. It was earlier today.
Mhm.
I said, "That's so and so son,
Right.
my girl." Jason,
Yeah.
Yvonne, big up yourself. Yvonne, my girl. Now, even I could see your face doing her many things. Like, what's she talking about? It like, she was like, what does she mean by that? What does she? Don't worry, he'll tell you the story. All right. So we're going to go into we're going to go into a quick bio from Kyvon. As I said, he is a creative and he's here specifically on a project. And once he's on a project, he's one. I don't think you won. Took part in a special project that's ongoing through his Ministry of Tourism, right?
Yes.
Okay, Ministry of Tourism. Yeah, look, Yvonne has come through. Your mother has said, "I'm here." Yes. Bio Kyvon Edwin is a native St. Lucian award-winning director, producer, writer, and actor, currently based in New York. He is an alumnus of the Lee Strasberg Theatre and Film Institute as an Eleanor Deuce Scholar. His work has been featured at Academy Award qualifying festivals, including American Black Film Festival, Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival, Hip Hop Film Festival, Essence Film Festival, Bronze Lens Film Festival, and the Festival de Cannes. I know that one, among others. His writing work has been workshopped at the likes of Black Film Space and Sundance Collective Kitchen. So you're starting to get, why, and Marine said it, why it's very exciting to have Kyvon here. I almost call him by his nickname.
Don't do that.
I know. I'm trying my best. Kyvon's first foray into filmmaking was through an intensive program at the Bushwick Film Institute, where he trained with industry mentors from HBO, ESPN, and B&H. You'll notice there's some big, heavy names there. The program equipped Kyvon with a film understanding of directing techniques, film production, equipment training, and a wealth of film and TV knowledge. Since then, he's gone on to direct, produce, and collaborate on a number of projects. The primary focus of his work is to give voice to the underrepresented West Indian diaspora. In pursuit of that mission, Kyvon founded Roots Production, a multimedia production company authentically championing stories of the diaspora. The company's debut project, Letla, that sounds familiar.
Okay, yeah, man. Right there from RCI.
Yes, man. The company's debut project, Letla, premiered at Chelsea Film Festival and is currently continuing its festival run to critical acclaim. Currently, as a Black TV and Film Collective member, Kyvon is actively developing film and TV projects to build on his portfolio. He is repped by artists and representatives and Tash Mosley. I hope I got that right. Tash Mosley Management. Yes. Imagine I have to go through a manager to get through to people. Imagine that. But that's how the industry is. You have your manager, you have your agent. That's how it is. When you're in the big league, Kyvon is in the big leagues.
Try not to.
Kyvon, when I actually did know you doing your thing here in St. Lucia, I more saw you doing. Correct me. I know that's what I said. More spoken word.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm being very honest. I've seen you do. I've seen now some clips of you, but to see experience one-on-one your acting, no, I have not. But I can almost imagine the way you did your spoken word.
Yeah.
I expect nothing less. And then with all these accolades here,
Yeah, man.
I mean, I expect nothing less. You're here for a project, but you just came from the ministry. Let's talk about that.
Oh,
Congratulations
thank
to
you,
you.
thank you.
It's in what category? But we'll get to that. Placing second. It's a storyboarding competition that they've had. Let's get into that.
Yeah, so the ministry hosted a national storyboard competition to develop essentially storyboards that will help inspire the designs that are going to be for an underwater sculpture park.
Right.
There's 3 different parks they're going to build throughout St. Lucia. And a few months ago, they sent out a competition to creators, to anybody who wanted to participate. And I took part, and thankfully placed second. And
You've done anything like this in particular before?
with regards to it's funny. The reason that I went for it is because within my field as a filmmaker, producer,
Because you have to first realize that you are um, a creator.
yeah, definitely.
Let's go back into that.
Back in time, so I went to Lee Strasberg Theatre Film Institute a few years ago, and I studied there for a few years. And primarily, it's the method acting school, and so I was trained in the method acting technique. And whilst I was studying there,
My preferable method. Yes, I like
yeah,
that.
whilst I was studying there, you do film and TV classes, you do screenwriting classes. They really give you a nice foundation for you to, promote yourself as an actor and in the industry. And whilst I was going there, I think even before then, I always had a passion for writing, for creating things. I know if you know, I used to do K Talk 758, which is I used to tie in, my spoken
yes,
word
yes.
into visuals
And that's where,
skits and
like I told you,
creating.
that's where the spoken word resonates more with me. I've
Yep.
seen you do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I always used to be of a creative mind and always used to create content. And I just love, expressing. And somewhere along the journey in the US, as I was auditioning for things, acting in small projects, I kind of.
So how did you get to the US? Walk me through that.
Through the scholarship. So I went.
So you went through that. Okay.
Yep. I was blessed enough to get a scholarship opportunity to study at Lee Strasberg. And that's what allowed me to go to the US and be there and get myself, into the doors of trying to audition for things and building up my repertoire.
Right. So let me get that straight. So you realized you were a creative from what age?
From young man, since I was going SMC, I was always in a Talfest, always.
Oh, you was in Talfest.
Always.
Once you were at
Talfest, you already know. And then also,
that's to me, that's a breeding ground for quite a few people I've seen who were involved in Talfest and doing their own thing now.
Yeah, 100%. If you're going all the way back, you also look at the Nobel Laureate Week, so I would perform in that almost every year.
That's true. There we go again. That's where we're resonating from.
Then you go back in time again too. You're looking at Cantilia Louis with Youth Spark and all of the drama club organizations I was a part of then, and just a love for theater, a love for performing, being on stage. So that's where it grew. That's where it really started.
Okay. In a bit, we're gonna take a break again. Our sponsors, Bank of St. Lucia. We did have a little fall in our stream there. Not sure what happened. It looks like your grandmother is locked on. My talented grandson, so proud of my boy. Is that Bridget?
My granny, big up, granny, big
Bridget
up.
Edwards. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for keeping it locked here on Youth Unplugged. Let me dive into some bigger issues, considering that I have a background as well within theater.
Yeah.
Do we need to revitalize theater in St. Lucia? And how can we do that?
I would love to see it, and I'm honestly,
I'm putting you in a seat.
No, I like to
sit there. I know you like that kind of topic. Let's dive into it.
No, but honestly, when I look at, for me, that's what as a part of my mission, I want to see the creative industry on a whole develop, and for our youth and people to really just have avenues to sustain themselves and have a good life. And I think that's something in the region, St. Lucia, the region on a whole, we definitely need to pour more into more resources, and just ensuring that we provide paths and avenues for our youth to excel there as a theater or acting or creatives, whatever it is. Our whole creative industry, needs that kind of vibrancy.
Now, we were seeing people like Jalim Yudovic. I saw he was also a participant. Even Ted Sandoval, even if he's an educator, but he in his own right is a creative, what he's doing. These people are doing things, and not just in St. Lucia, internationally, and being recognized.
Yeah.
Do you still believe that our St. Lucians are appreciative that creative space, the creative being a creative full-time is a viable thing that we've come to appreciate? Look now, sports as well.
Yeah.
Bringing up Jojo, big up Jojo.
I hope
we've reached that point that we appreciate that, being a creative is not just a hobby.
Right. It's a
lifestyle, and it's viable.
It's a
What
career.
say you?
It is a career, and that is part of why I had to kind of move to New York and be based there, because that's why I can actually pursue this full time and make a living. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, these industries, the film industry, isn't as viable here. My hope is that one day we get to that point where we as a people start to really appreciate things so much more, and beyond just appreciating it, actually investing in it, actually creating opportunities so that people can.
Because you can say,
beautiful, the art looking good, I like that animation, I like that little play or whatever. But it's how do we put dollars behind it? How do we ensure that people can have a sustainable life from that? It's very, very important. I know a lot of creatives, even being there for the last week, I touched base with a lot of creatives that I knew and that I grew up with, and I'm proud of them for continuing to pursue it, but I know how difficult it is for them to keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
because given
yeah.
we're gonna come back. I want you to compare over here.
Mhm.
We're gonna compare. We need to compare a little bit.
Yes,
That kind of creative space over there, especially
Mhm.
what you do with film and what's happening here. People keep it locked. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Bank of St. Lucia.
101.1 and 99.1. This is Turn Up Radio.
Dream big, make it your own. Home Sweet gets you any style of home.
BOSL Home Suite is the sweetest mortgage deal in St. Lucia. No payments for 3 months. A low interest rate of 4.75% for up to 30 years. Plus a further 0.25% discount with a solar PV loan. All with zero commitment fees. Grab your BOSL Home Suite mortgage today.
BOSL.
If you need a credit card and haven't had one before, you need access to funds anywhere that you go. Now you got the perfect card so that you can do more. BOSL's got you covered, you got access for sure. I got money, and it's it when we see. I can swipe it, tap repeat. Swipe it, tap repeat, yeah. I got money, I move independently. I can swipe it, tap repeat. Swipe it, tap repeat. In any store online, I can swipe it when I need. I can use it anytime, pay now monthly. I got money, and it's it when we see. I can swipe it, tap repeat. Swipe it, tap repeat, yeah.
Introducing the Leap Visa credit card for youth, first-time card holders, or anyone wanting a second card. Leap stands for Love, Environment, Access Funds. The perfect card for you. Only from Bank of St. Lucia. All the banks you need.
I can swipe it, tap repeat. Swipe it, tap repeat, yeah.
101.1 FM.
Yes, you tune in to the Radio Caribbean International at this time on a Thursday. You know it's Youth Unplugged. We say thank you to Back at St. Lucia, our sponsors. And in studio with me is Kyvon, Edwin. I almost said that nickname again. I know you're going to play. I have self-control. All right. So, Kyvon, again, we're continuing to talk, etc. Before we left to the break, I wanted you to compare. Some people will say, "Oh, it's not fair to compare because we food world, But I think in a good way, it will create a measurement of where we need to be at. So, like even what the landscape is like over there compared to here.
I mean, what?
Because look, you have a manager.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have
I don't even know. It's kind of, even if you ask me to compare, I don't even know how to compare because it is a little unfair because I'm walking into like a well-established industry. You know that's been going on for decades and decades, and it's just
let's do two big differences, striking differences between. Okay, let's look at creative industry, film, theater, versus vis-a-vis over there.
Right.
Give me two.
So
I can well imagine you have thousands, but give me two.
I would say one of them being the established industries. And by that I mean you look at being in the US and in New York specifically. So if you look at theater, you have the Broadway industry, right? And so you have dozens and dozens of theaters that every single evening, and on the Sundays twice are performing plays. You have people who are flocking in to see those plays every single evening, and there's money coming in. There's there's investors, you have your producers, and it's just very much so well established. Down here, when it comes to theater, maybe for Nobel Laureate Week, we have a few performances going on, and that's it.
And then maybe with your project.
Yeah, then there's a bit of something,
film,
a short-term project, and then that's it. So one of the major differences is the establishment of it. Is that this is a film industry, and it's something that ministries and agencies are constantly promoting, and
Right.
it's a constant.
Let's talk about the framework in terms
Yeah.
of we still on differences.
Mhm.
Even you as an actor,
Yeah.
the things that are put in place for
Yeah.
you as an actor.
Yeah.
I can well
Absolutely.
imagine there probably are associations. And,
You have I'm blessed to be with an agency, so you have your agencies who represent your actors, represent the performers. You have your union organizations. You look at the SAG
look at that unions too.
and then even when you look at the unions, there's a union for each aspect of it. It's not just there's a union for the television and film actors. There's a union for the theater actors. There's a union. It's well structured. And there are guidelines in place for producers that they have to follow. There are things that as an actor you are entitled to. When you work for a certain number of hours, you have to make your meal breaks at this point in time. If you don't, then there's a penalty. And you find that people, yeah, man, if you go overtime and it's you working more than 6-7 hours and they lapsing behind schedule.
So kind of like working, if you're working in an office or thing job here, there's certain things, and I can really imagine things like minimum wage and all this.
Minimum salaries, and you negotiate from them. There's a lot of regulations. There's a lot of, and that's the industry has been going on for decades. Is that unfortunately compared back here, we do. I may be wrong. I don't want to speak out, but I don't know that we've established our film commission yet, for example, and things of that nature. So it's like these agency bodies and the regulations and the structures, all of that need to be put into place. You know what I mean? So at least that the industry could eventually flourish. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. It almost sounds like a dream world for creatives like us. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that it's a dream world. I don't want to make it sound like you up there and you walk in and everything.
No. But I mean, compared to, I still campaign. I know you say not fair, but in comparison to, it almost sounds like, like when I say, I don't want to say a regular job. Yeah. I don't like to say that, but the more traditional jobs, you come go to a bank, you can be unionized, you can minimum pay, right? I always like to personalize.
Okay.
What are you prepared to tell my listeners before we go back into that?
Yeah.
That many people don't know about yourself. I caught you off guard there.
Yeah, definitely. It's like when you say
maybe mommy Yvonne Lockton may know something about you that many people, maybe not even Junior, maybe not even Kentillion, we know about yourself. Something that anything.
Boy, you put me on the spot there.
Maybe a habit that you have that people not aware that you like, or there's nothing that comes to mind.
I try to think. I don't know. It's
everybody knows everything about you.
Nah, definitely not. But I think I'm just very passionate about my work. But I think people know that. But that's the only thing that comes to mind. I'm just very passionate about my work in the sense of just wanting it to be really excellent.
You're a perfectionist, or are you a perfectionist?
I am a bit of a perfectionist, but I know that there's no such thing as perfect. I'm definitely somebody who would go with the flow on things and always be able to pivot. But I don't know, I think I always strive for a high level of excellence. And it's just, I guess the thing that people don't know, I don't say, is that I want to see St. Lucia on the biggest of stages as possible, and so that's something that probably I see in my head a lot is how can we as a country, as a nation, just really put ourselves out there, and that's something I hold true and I'm very passionate about seeing.
Wonderful. That sounds great. Yeah. What is your message to youth, people in general who travel like you abroad? Of course, everybody wants to further themselves. Everybody has their own personal developmental goals. Yes. They call it the brain drain. A lot of people, they head on up, but they never repatriate the skills. And they say the money, the skills, and so on and that. I have to say this on Youth Unplugged. I find a lot of the times that may have been part of the reason why we may not have further as a lot of people head on up, but then there's nothing
coming back.
Not nothing. There are people who are doing things, tangibly, intangibly, giving back. and so on. The importance of that, like what you're doing now, projects coming back, especially for the youth.
Yeah, it's key. It's key because I think, and I can't speak for other people, but my hope, my encouragement to them would be to, take a look at the country, take a look at who we are as a St. Lucians, and just imagine how much further along we can be if we all just pour into this nation, in whatever sphere that is, whether you're in culinary arts, you engineer, whatever your sphere is, whatever your passion is, it really takes nobody else is going to do it for us. The onus is on St. Lucians and our people to help elevate us, in all spheres. And so that looks like the human resource, our ideas, our skills, our energy, like we have to pour it into whatever it is that we do and make sure that we bring it back home. So even when I got this opportunity to be a part of the mentorship cohort, I didn't want to do a film and do another one in New York. I wanted to make sure I came back, and so that through this opportunity, other youth could start seeing the filmmaking process. People could, really benefit from it here, and we could start seeing a change for our industry, and we could start continuing the work of other people that have been doing this for a while. Thinking to the calling weeks, thinking to people who've already been doing so much work. Yeah, man, to push St. Lucia and raise the standards, of film and TV and theater. And it's important. And it starts with us making those conscious decisions and being very, very, passionate and deliberate how we coming back and what we pouring into it. To always look like finances, it look like just your skills, whatever it is that you learn up there, bring it back so that you can pass it on and give the person the baton so they could take it a little further than you did.
And then we can develop the right frameworks.
Yeah, exactly.
That is needed.
Exactly.
So because I did watch it, and I was like, you doing this full time?
Yeah, man.
What?
What? Yeah. It took a while.
Wow.
It took a while to get there, but
now you're saying that's what I want to go into. So have you worked traditional jobs before?
Oh yeah, man.
So talk to us. Tell me what have you done before you went in full time into a dream that a lot of us creators don't mind.
No, New York is a hustle. It's a hustle town. I think things I do before I work as a doorman, security guard, all kind of thing, like whatever, assistant, a receptionist by a desk, just whatever it would take to pay the light, and whilst I was doing that, still pursuing my career, still auditioning, still
you focused.
Even as I was there, they sent me an audition to do on vacation. I said, nah.
They what? I didn't get it.
No, I said even as I was on my vacation here, they still sent me an audition to because the work don't really stop.
Yes. I could really imagine that. All right. So after you leave here, I know you have to. What's next? What's happening next? You start to do some groundwork, and what's next?
So the next steps for the project is we're doing a crowdfunding campaign because resources are needed to actually make the film happen. And so in a few weeks in November, we're going to launch a crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter. We're going to be raising about $15,000 for the project, and all of those proceeds that we raise go directly to funding the project. They go to paying the cast and crew, location fees, equipment rental, everything that we need to make the project happen. And the beautiful thing is, and why I'm really excited, is because 90% of the cast and the crew and the people who will be benefiting from this is St. Lucians. We filming here in St. Lucia, is a St. Lucia crew that we're using. And so I'm really thankful that I'm able to kind of come here and speak on it today and start letting people know about it, because in a few weeks, we're going to do whole of Lucia to come out and support online on Kickstarter.
Wonderful. So you said this is your own. I like what you're doing. You're wanting to be self-sustainable in terms of financing this. But is anyone, any corporate entity assisting?
So we've reached out to a number of corporate entities here in St. Lucia, and some of them have gotten back to us and they're interested in coming on board. And the donations come in the financial aspect, yes, and there's also however they can, so different organizations have different things that they can offer, and so those are rolling in. So we're already starting to see a lot of traction. Man, whether it be catering for certain crew days and things are coming in. So it's really beautiful to see. But I'm strongly encouraging, corporate St. Lucia and St. Lucians at large just to keep an eye out, follow us on our pages, and support us in any way that they can.
Wonderful. Kyvon?
Yeah,
I find it fast. Just having fun, chit-chatting, etc. Any final words from you? And I always try and get my guests to at least give some encouraging words to people, but we targeted the youth specifically, especially those who want to do bigger, or even those that not sure if that's what they want. It doesn't have to be creative. What are your words to them? Your advice to them?
Whatever is in your heart, whatever it is that you envision for yourself, go after it confidently. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let, even if it's mommy that they already see in the vision, that don't matter. Once it's in your head, it's in your heart, it's there for a reason, and you have to pursue it, and it's on you to bring it to fruition. So my word of encouragement to them is just to go for it, in spite of.
Now you said mommy there. Hi, Helen. I did say that was a final question.
Yeah.
Your advice, quick word to parents.
Okay.
I actually had an interview with Julian Alfred's mom that's been out there. Your parents mentioned that key to encourage and understand that there is a way that this can be viable and employment.
Yeah. It's funny you ask that, because I've even had friends of mine reach out who kind of want to pursue things in the creative industries, but their family is not. They don't see that as something that's viable, and rightfully so. They're just trying to protect their child and try to set them up for success.
Right.
And I think my word of encouragement to them would be to simply allow that individual to pursue their passions. I think the key thing is for you and your parent to sit down as a family and really map things out. What is your plan? How are you going to do things? Because a lot of times, and the onus is on us as youth too, we're just very excitable and we want to go for this thing and we just want to do it, and mommy, daddy, they're not seeing it. And part of why they're not seeing it is because we probably haven't laid it out in a way that they could feel secure, that they could feel like, I trust this young man or lady to go for this thing. So that's the word of encouragement I gave to a few friends, and I would encourage you to do that too. Sit down, plan it out. Where you're gonna be in 2, 3, 4 years, and that conversation go a long way.
And specifics matter, the details. What? Do your research and find out how you're gonna get this. Don't just be excited. I love that. I absolutely love that. And you want to know why? Because I have seen and I saw your mom very excited for you, posting all the time of watching. Yvonne, big up yourself. Yes.
And before we wrap, I wanted to plug all the social because I want people to follow
of course.
the pages.
Yes,
I want them to tune in.
Absolutely.
I want them to get locked with us.
Yes.
So
where do we find you?
You can find us on IG, Facebook, all the socials at Noupote Film, NOUPOTEFILM, Noupote Film. And we'll be posting all of the launch dates and where to sign up, how to contribute. All that information is going to live there. So get locked in with us, and we're looking forward to the community coming together.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Keep on. Beautiful, Kyvon.
Yes.
We are very proud of you. Our CI team here wishing you very well with your project. Hey, anywhere we can support, let us know. Yes, and with your endeavors personally and giving back to St. Lucia, we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye now, people. You've been tuned into Youth Unplugged this Thursday, 31st October 2024, right here on Radio Caribbean International. Signing off for now. Remember, same time, same place. Thank you to our sponsors, Bank of St. Lucia.